Hello. This is actually Sunday for me. I'm pre-recording this session because, as I told some of you last week, I've been called for jury service tomorrow. So I still don't know yet if I actually need to attend or not. So I'm going to record you the session tonight, so it's here and you can have your usual Monday session. And my friend Kay Barrett from Cambridge is going to be running the Tuesday session this week. Kay was one of the song leaders who joined us for the session just before Christmas with her singers from Cambridge. So she's really looking forward to meeting those of you who attend the Zoom session and working with you. So let's get started. It's been a very icy, cold day today. I'm going to stand up. So let's do an icy, snowy day warm up. And let's start with imagining where we've got our skis and we're going to head down the hill. So we're going to go shh, and again shh. So we're doing a really fast downhill run on our skis. Let's do two more. Shh. So you can bend your knees if you're comfy doing that, whether you're sitting or standing. And one more. Shh. Lovely. And then let's do a few shoulder rolls, just waking our shoulders up after that bit of skiing. Up to the ears, back and down. And then round the other way. I've got nobody there to tell me if I'm loud enough at the moment, so I hope it's coming through all right. And remembering all the time this imaginary string coming out the crown of the head. That's just lifting the spine, lengthening the spine. Now we've done our bit of skiing, we're going to head down to the loch and do a bit of imaginary skating. So, and you're going to skate along super graceful. Your feet sliding very gracefully over the ice. You've got the best skates possible. You're the envy of everyone on the loch. And you can do twirls and all sorts. I'm not going to do that. You can go backwards. You're super graceful in your skating. So just feeling still that string holding the spine lovely and long, while you're moving, lovely, soft, gentle movements of the rest of the body. Lovely. And then because it's Burns night this week, we're going to do a Highland Fling warm-up. So get your best Highland Fling posture. Some of you, I'm sure, used to dance this when you were younger and you know far more about how that should be than I do. So you've got one hand on one hip, one arm beautifully curved and held up, and you probably point one toe, do you? I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to use it as a little bit of a side stretch. And you can lean your head on your hand on your head, if that helps, and just feel the stretch down that side of the body. And then imagine somebody's lifting you up again by this hand and coming back down to an upright posture and releasing that hand. So then swapping over, this hand on the hip, this one up as if you're about to dance the Highland Fling, and then leaning up and over, so you've got this lovely stretch all down the left hand side this time. And then imagine somebody's lifting you up by this hand, just pulling you back over. Lovely. So let's warm our hands up a little bit. Give your hands a really good rub together. Get a bit of warmth in them. And then we're going to get into that jaw. You can't ever overdo this. Really loosening, warming up the muscles, getting into that hinge there, that joint. And then let's do our big silent scream Fabulous. Rabbit munching a carrot. Silent scream. Rabbit munching a carrot. Silent scream. And one more rabbit. Should be a rabbit munching a neep, shouldn't it, today? And then let's just give our neck a bit more of a stretch. So ear down to the shoulder. So you're not lifting the shoulder. You're just feeling the stretch down that side of the neck. And then imaginary string pulling it back up again. And then over to the other side. Ear down to shoulder. And then back up again. And then we're going to be this oracle in a cave who just sits here pronouncing words of wisdom. And as he does that, he turns his head, or her head, it could be a female oracle, very slowly and wisely. And as you turn your head, just start humming on any note. And then we'll go up a bit. See if you can keep it lovely and soft. And back to the centre. And then the oracle's nodding their head. Up and down. And then back to the centre. Lovely. And then going back to, we did a Highland fling. We're going to do a tossing the caber, but we're going to do it in slow motion. So they kind of lift it up from here, don't they, I think? So you might want to bend your knees, bend down a little, get your hands clutched together. And then you're gradually going to lift it up and you're going to, I'm not even sure if I'm doing the right movement here actually, you're going to launch it into the air. And it's a winning throw, so you're going to do a bit of woo, 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 woo. A bit of cheering. And let's imagine, let's begin to wake up our voice a little bit. So let's do our motorbike gradually going up the hill. So that's a v sound. So 1, 2. Changing gear. One more gear change. Lovely. And then let's do our bee. Let's say hello to our buzzy bee. So imagine you're having a bit of a bee conversation with somebody else, just telling them what you've been up to today. So just ordinary kind of zzz, all on a zzz, but just ordinary kind of conversation. Zzz, Our lives are not wonderfully exciting at the moment, at least mine isn't in this lockdown. And then you're a bee who's had a bit too much whiskey at the Burns supper. Lovely. And then you're a sad bee. You've not seen enough of your friends recently. And then you're a very friendly, excited little bee who's just, lockdown is finished, you've met up with all your friends again. Awesome. And then let's do our imaginary elastic bands coming down from the ceiling. So we do use this image of different coloured elastic bands coming down from the ceiling just as a way of sort of making different sounds with our voice, warming up our voice and taking our voice through our different range. So we start with the primary coloured ones, and these are the open vowel sounds. So that's the A, E, O, Oo. And we put a sh in front of them just because it's a little bit easier to say. So we'll start with shay. So 1, 2, shay. You can do your own range. You don't have to copy the particular sounds I do. So we'll do a she now. 1, 2, she. Lovely. And now we'll do a show. 1, 2, shoo. And then we'll do a shoo. 1, 2, shoo. Lovely. And then we'll do, if you can, the it's called a tongue trill. So the tongue is just sort of flapping about behind the teeth. And see if you can take that up and down a little bit as well. Don't worry if it doesn't come, but just give it a go. After 2, 1, 2. Excellent. And now we'll do the lip trills. So this is the one where some people find it really helpful to put your fingers here to get a bit more tension. So it's the 1, 2. Ah, that one ran out. I'll do it with my fingers here. 1, 2. Well done if you managed to do that one. And then we'll do a zh. A 1, 2. Awesome. And we'll do a little bit of call and response just to finish warming up our voice. So I'll do a sound and an action, and you copy me. And I'm just going to leave a space for you to do yours. So rather than singing it with you, go for it. Don't worry if you don't get it exactly right. Ba 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 ba, your turn. Cooey, cooey. Cooey, cooey. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. Abushka, dadushka, abushka, dada. Ma, 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 ma. Oh, 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 oh. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Oh, ho, 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 ho. puppy pant. Your turn. And one more puppy pant. Lovely. Let's do a little bit of a tongue stretch. So let's going all the way around, outside of the teeth, big circles. And when you get to your cheeks, really push the tongue out in the cheeks. And we'll go round one way 3 times, then we'll go back around the other way. So do it nice and slowly. So let's start with the tongue at the top. Let's go. And push it out. And push it out again. And then back round the other way. Pushing it out again every time you get to the cheek. Last one. Lovely. And that should feel like quite hard work with the tongue, but it's a really good stretch for it. And let's do our rope exercise. So fist, loose fist around the navel. And as we breathe out, belly going very gently towards the spine. It's just normal breathing. We're not sort of going really big effort or anything. Just really gently letting the air, belly towards the spine as the air comes out. And when we get to the end of the breath, release from the belly to really activate the diaphragm. Before we do this, actually, let's just put our hands around here, one hand here, and we're going to imagine we're chasing a cat out of the garden. Psst, psst, psst. And you should feel these muscles working. So that's our diaphragm and the muscles around here. So let's do our she out breath. A 1, 2. She. And then release. She. And you should really see and feel this moving as you release. Let's go, release. And release. And it's quite useful just checking it is the much movement coming from here, because we want as much of it as possible coming from here. So let's do our pie and chips. Let me move that back up because you can see my face better. It's hard to get the angle right with everything when we're doing it online. So I've got pie and chips for tea tonight. And then we release and off we go again. And each time round we add in something else that we've got for tea tonight. So it's then and peas and beans and ice cream and a glass of wine and a cup of coffee and an after 8 mint. And we see if we can do it all in one breath. So you might want to use your hand. If you can't quite do it in one breath, get as far as you can rather than take the little top up breaths, because we're aiming just to sustain our breath for slightly longer each time. Let me just lift my microphone a bit higher. I'm worried I've gone a bit quiet because I'm standing up now. Hopefully that's better. I've 1, 2, 3. I've got pie and chips for tea tonight. Release some peas and beans. I've got pie and chips and peas and beans for tea tonight. And ice cream. I've got pie and chips and peas and beans and ice cream for tea tonight. And a glass of wine. I've got pie and chips and peas and beans and ice cream and a glass of wine for tea tonight. And a cup of coffee. I've got pie and chips and peas and beans and ice cream and a glass of wine and a cup of coffee for tea tonight. And an after 8 mint. I've got pie and chips and peas and beans and ice cream and a glass of wine and a cup of coffee and an after 8 mint for tea tonight. And release. Ah, well done. Well done, however far you got. It's not a competition, as we always say. We just aim to gradually extend the out breath a little bit more each time. And some days you might find you can do more than others, and it's absolutely fine however much you do. And it's as much being relaxed as anything, rather than actually getting all tense, really trying really hard to do it. That tends to make it harder because we're tensing up the muscles. So just keeping relaxed, keeping that lovely alignment is as important as anything. So a little warm-up song that we've done a few times now. I'll put the words in the chat here. Scone. Scone but never forgotten. Let me just find them. There's not many of them. Scone but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. There we go. There. And this song was written in response to a joke. The joke being, what is the fastest piece of baking? Scone. It's gone. Scone. So it's a very simple little tune. Scone, but never forgotten is the first bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Let's go. And with butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. So it's quite a lot of work for the articulators. So let's see if we can go round a few times, and you can do the scone, pushing away every time we come to scone. 1, 2. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Scone, but never forgotten. With butter and jam and cream, you know, I really should eat you more often. Scone. Lovely. This works as a round, and I'm going to see if I can play you Penny Stone's video of her doing it. It's not come up here. Maybe I'm not going to be able to do that for some reason. Just hold on a second. I will see. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this right now, so I will ignore that idea, and I will see if I can do that for you next time. So we'll see if we can bring that up. It's not behaving as it should do, as technology sometimes does. So let's move on to, we're going to lift each other up. Song that we did last time by Kate Thomas. Let me bring the words up bit by bit for you. So we gotta lift each other up. That repeats a few times. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. So that's the chorus. And then we've got the first verse. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. Just putting the spaces here. Because I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. And we do indeed know that. And then we go back to the chorus. And then we have verse 2. A warm melting cookie, good news from a friend. And the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard. But one day they will end. I'll bake you some cookies, rejoice with you, my friends, because I know that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. And we repeat that one day they will end 3 times there. And then we go back to the chorus again. There we go. So hopefully you've got sight of the words there. So the first bit goes, let me check my pitch. We gotta lift each other up. And we can do these actions as we do it. Let's go with that bit. 1, 2, 3. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. So let's see if we've got all of that. That actually then repeats, and the last time we come to lift each other up, it just goes down on the last up. We gotta lift each other up. It's exactly the same apart from that. Let's see if we can do it through with the repeat, because I think it's easier if we put it all together. And let's do the actions as well. Every time lift each other up comes. Do. 1, 2, 3. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. Lovely. And then we come on to the verse. I've got my bits of paper in the wrong order. Here we go. The smile of a stranger. 1, 2. The smile of a stranger. Golden autumn light. Golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. Let's do all of that. The smile of a stranger. 1, 2, 3. The smile of a stranger. Golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. And then the next bit is pretty similar tune-wise. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. Let's do those 2 bits. 1, 2, 3. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. And then we're back to the chorus. We gotta lift each other up. Lovely. So let's do the verse into the chorus. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. And then we'll go through the chorus again with the actions. Smile, of course, we do a lovely smile. Bathe in this golden light. Have to imagine this golden autumn light. It was a beautiful sunny day today. So we had our beautiful January light. It's not quite as golden as autumn, but it can be lovely all the same on a sunny day. So the smile, the 1, 2, 3. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. Lovely. And then we've got verse 2, a warm melting cookie. Good news from a friend. And then this bit comes in quite quickly. I'll do a warm melting cookie and good news from a friend is pretty much the same tune as the first verse. So I'll just do it. A warm melting cookie, good news from a friend. And then the next bit comes in really quickly. Let's just do those two bits. A warm melting cookie. 1, 2, 3. A warm melting cookie, good news from a friend, and the knowledge that. So that comes in really quickly. Good news from a friend, and the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard. And the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. Important to remember that. So we have good news from a friend, and the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard. So we're going in one breath all the way through all of that from good news. Good. 1, 2, 3. Good news from a friend, and the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. Lovely. And then we've got the second half of that verse. I'll bake you some cookies, rejoice with you, my friends. Let's go. I'll bake you some cookies, rejoice with you, my friend. And then we go fast on again. 'Cause I know that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. Let's go from rejoice on up to maybe really hard. 1, 2, 3. Rejoice with you, my friend, 'cause I know that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. Your turn. But one day they will end. And we do that again. One day they will end. And then we do it half speed. One day they will end. Let's go. One day they will end. Let's see if we've got the whole of that second verse. So it starts with, I'm just going to have a bit of water actually. Hope you've got some to hand. It starts with a warm melting cookie. A warm 1, two, three. A warm melting cookie, good news from a friend, and the knowledge that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. I'll bake you some cookies, rejoice with you, my friend, 'cause I know that hard times come and they may be really hard, but one day they will end. One day they will end. One day they will end. And then we go back to the chorus. So let's sing through the last chorus. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. Lovely. I hope you enjoyed singing that. So I thought we would have a sing through of the Rowan Tree, because we've been doing this over the last few weeks, and partly in the lead up, partly because it's a beautiful song, partly in the lead up to Burns Night. So I will put the verses into the chat here. Just give me a minute. Hopefully you maybe got the words to hand. That's the first verse. They don't quite fit in a section here, so it takes me a bit of time. Second verse about how fair was thou in summer time with all thy clusters white, how rich and gay thy autumn dress with berries red and bright, and the names engraven on the stem, which can't be seen anymore. So there we go, that's verse 2. And then verse 3, we sat aneath thy spreading shade, the bairnies round thee ran. They pulled the bonny berries red, and necklaces they strang. My mither, oh, I see her still. She smiled our sports to see, with little Jeanie on her lap and Jamie on her knee. There we go. Third verse, and then the last one. Oh, there arose my father's prayer in holy evening's calm. How sweet was then my mother's voice in the martyr's psalm. Now all are gone, we meet nae mair aneath the rowan tree, but hallowed thoughts around thee twine, o' hame and infancy, o' rowan tree. So I'm not going to teach this again because we've done it the last few. I'll maybe just go through one verse just so we can get back into it again. So let's have a little bit of a shake out. Shake hands that way, and let's shake our shoulders, an elbow shake. Shake the bum and belly. Shake out your legs. Lovely. So we'll do it line by line, once through. First verse. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. I'll go slightly faster actually. 1, 2, 3. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Second line. Entwined thou art with mony ties o' hame and infancy. Let's go. Entwined thou art with mony ties o' hame and infancy. the simmer's bright. Thy leaves were I the first of spring, thy flowers the simmer's bright. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O rowan tree, O rowan tree. So let's go for it all the way through. So checking you're lovely and relaxed, checking that you've got this imaginary cord coming out the crown of your head, and maybe using your hand just to check in with yourself that you are singing through each line. So we're doing one line per breath. Oh, 1, 2, 3. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art wi' mony ties o' hame and infancy. Thy leaves were I the first of spring, thy flowers the simmer's bright. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O rowan tree, how fair was thou in simmer time, where all thy clusters white. How rich and gay thy autumn dress, with berries red and bright. On thy fair stem were mony names, which now nae mair I see, but there engraven on my heart, forget they ne'er can be. O rowan tree, we sat aneath thy spreading shade, the pennies round thee ran. They pulled thy bonny berries red, and necklaces they strang. My mither, oh, I see her still, she smiled as sports do see, with little Jeanie on her lap and Jamie on her knee. O rowan tree, oh, there arose my father's prayer in holy come. I'm going to do that one again, sorry. Oh, there arose my father's prayer and holy evenings come. How sweet was then my mother's voice in the martyr's psalm. Now, oh, how can we meet nae mair aneath the rowan tree? But hallowed thoughts around thee twine o' hame and infancy. O rowan tree. Lovely. I don't know what was happening with my voice on that last verse. It wasn't quite behaving itself. So I hope yours was behaving a bit better than mine was. So let's have a wee shake. So we're now going to have a look at Happy Talk. A fun song that I just thought I'd slot in amongst some of these Scottish songs. Let me find my note. Let me bring the words up. Happy talky talky happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? And then we've got the first verse. Talk about a moon floating in the sky, looking like a lily on the lake. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. And then we've got another chorus. And then we've got verse 2. Talk about a star looking like a toy, peeking through the branches of a tree. Talk about a girl, talk about a boy, counting all the ripples on the sea. And then we're back to the chorus again. So, happy talky talky happy talk. Let's go. Happy talky talky happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. Talk about things you'd like to do. So you've got to be really soft here. Let's just give our neck a little bit of a rub to soften it, so that the larynx, the voice box, can, maybe with the knuckles just going up the way, just gently. Just encourage it to soften. So the larynx needs to be quite agile there, so you need to be super relaxed. So think really relaxed in the voice box. Just imagine it being able to float and bounce up and down like it likes. Talk about things you'd like to do. Let's go. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream if you don't have a dream. It's hard to find that bottom note again. Dream, da, 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 you. 1, 2. You gotta have a dream if you don't have a dream. How you gonna have a dream come true? How you gonna have a dream come true? Just check my pitch. Let's see if we've got it up to there. So super relaxed. 1, 2. Happy talky talky happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream if you don't have a dream. How you gonna have a dream come true? Let's just practice that one. How you gonna have a dream come true? How you gonna have a dream come true? Lovely. Let's do that once more. 3, 4. Happy talky talky happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream if you don't have a dream. How you gonna have a dream come true? Lovely. Talk about a moon floating in the sky, looking like a lily on a lake. Let's do that up to there. Talk. 1, 2. Talk about a moon floating in the sky, looking like a lily on a lake. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. Talk about a bird. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. Happy talky talky happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Lovely. And then the other thing we do in here, we've got a lower part, which starts by going, happy Toki, happy Toki. So let's just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy Toki, happy Toki, things you'd like to do, things you'd like to do. Let's put those two together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy Toki, happy Toki, things you'd like to do. And then we've got some oohs. Ooh, ooh. So let's do those again. Ooh. Lovely. And then we do it the next bit as an echo in the verse. So we've got talk about a moon floating in the sky, lily on a lake. I'll do the lead in and then we'll do the echo together. So the tune goes, talk about a moon floating in the sky, lily on a lake. And then the next bit is exactly the same. So I'll do the tune. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, music he can make. And then we're back to the happy Toki. Let's do that all the way through the first verse, the lower part. So the chorus going into the first verse. 2, 3, 4. Happy Toki, things you'd like to do. And then ooh, ooh, ooh. And the echo. Talk about a moon floating in the sky, lily on a lake. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, music he can make. Happy Toki, things you'd like to do. Ooh, ooh. Lovely. Let me play the track to that, and we will do it once through. We'll do it once through on the tune, and then we'll do it once through all on the lower part. So we'll go through the whole thing, but both verses. Let me just bring it up on here. Happy Talk, here we go. So you have to smile singing this song. Happy talky, happy talky. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a moon. Talk about a moon floating in the sky, looking like a lily on a lake. Talk about a bird. Talk about a bird learning how to fly, making all the music he can make. Happy talky, happy talky. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a star. Talk about a star looking like a toy, peeking through the branches of a tree. Talk about a girl. Talk about a girl. Talk about a boy, counting all the ripples on the sea. Happy talk. Happy talky talky, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Lovely. Let's go once more with that, and I will sing with you on the lower part. Don't worry if you haven't quite got it all. Let's just give it a go. So we're starting with happy talking. Let's go. Happy talky, happy talky, things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? And now the echo. Talk about a floating in the sky, looking like a lily on a lake. Talk about a learning how to making all the music he can make. Happy talky, happy talky, things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a star, looking like a toy, peeking through the branches of a tree. Talk about a counting all the ripples on the sea. Happy talky, happy talky, things you'd like to do. You've gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Lovely. I'm sure you sounded fabulous. Good song to sing, that one. So let's just have a wee pause. Let's have a drink of whatever you have to hand. I was going to say a wee dram if you're celebrating Burns Night. It's very odd doing this knowing there's nobody there right now, actually. Normally we'd have a little bit of a break now, but I think I'll just push on and we'll maybe finish a little bit sooner, because it does feel a little odd, me just talking to the screen and talking to myself, but I hope you're enjoying the songs. So we're going to do 2 more Scottish songs now in Friendship's Name, which we started last week, and we did quite a few years ago. Let me bring the words up. Here a roon the ingle blazing, wha sae happy and sae free, though the northern winds blow freezy, friendship warms, baith you and me. So that's the first verse, and then we've got the chorus, happy we've been all together. It's another real lovely friendship song. Canty we've been yin and all, time shall see us all mair blither, we'll be happier as time passes, before we rise and go again, ere we rise to gang awa. There we go. I'll bring all the other words up, actually. And then we've got the miser. See the miser, our his treasure, gloating we are greedy e. What can fill his oars with pleasure, as a runus here we see. So can the miser actually be happy? And the peer, verse 3, the peer in silk and ermine, can he call his conscience half his ain? His robes are edged and spun with vermin, though he sits upon a throne. I love that bit. His robes are edged and spun with vermin. There we go. And then, thus then let us all be tassin, though o'er the stoops a generous fame, and while aroon the board is passing, so the board of drinks, raise a sang in friendship's name. So a bit of a drinking song, drinking and friendship. And then we've got the last verse. Friendship makes us all mair happy. Friendship gives us all delight. Friendship consecrates the drappy, the drink. And friendship brings us here the night. There we go. So I'm going to sit down to do this song because I'm going to play my Shruti box along with it, which will give it just an added something. But I'll go over it to begin with. Let's do the chorus to start with. So the chorus and the verse are the same tune. Do, do, do. Happy we've been all together, and happy we've been all together. We're holding the last, each note at the end of each phrase has a bit of, it's sustained for a little bit. Canty we've been yin and oh, canty we've been yin and oh, time shall see us all mair blither. Time shall see us all mair blither, ere we rise to gang awa', ere we rise to gang awa'. I'll put two of those lines together. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and oh. Let's do those two. 1, 2, 3. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and oh. And then the next one starts on that same note. Time shall see us all mair blither. Time shall see us all mair blither, ere we rise to gang awa', ere we rise to gang awa'. Should we try the whole of that? Happy 1, 2, and happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and oh. Time shall see us all mair blither, ere we rise to gang awa'. And the tune of the verse is exactly the same. So I'll do the first verse. Here around the engle blazing. So imagine you're sitting around this beautiful fire. Let's do that one together. Here around the engle blazing, wha say happy and say free, wha say happy and say free, though the northern winds blow freezy, Friendship warms both you and me. Friendship warms both you and me. So let's do all of that one here. Here around the angle blazing, was so happy and so free, though the northern winds blow freezy. Friendship warms both you and me. Lovely. And we have a lower part, which is very simple. If that feels like it's going up too high for you, you just stay on this note a lot of the time and you go down one and then you come back and then you go here and you come back again. So in the chorus, happy we've been all together, let's go. Happy we've been all together. Canty we've been yin and all. Canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all more blither. Time shall see us all more blither. Ere we rise to gang awa. Ere we rise to gang awa. It's a very simple lower part. I'm going to get my Shruti box up. So just so you can see this, I have brought this to some of the sessions and it's got a few different notes here that I've set it to just that one note there, which is the same note as you're singing in the bass part. And it works by just a bellows. I just hold it up so you can see it. It's an Indian instrument. It's rather beautiful. That's that note. Happy we've been all together. Canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all more blither. We rise to gang awa. Oh, that note that you hold. Happy we've been all together. Canty we've been yin and all. Nice clash there. Time shall see us all more blither. Ere we rise to gang awa. So it's a bit like a drone on the bagpipes. So I'm going to play that down here, and I'm also going to bring up a track with both those parts on as well. I'm just going to have to put this down, I think, while I put in my password to this computer and bring the track up. Sorry, it's going to keep on making that noise because it's still got air in it, so the bellows are still doing their thing. Okie doke. So let's see if we can give it a whirl all the way through. Here. So it's either here if you're on the tune, here or here, Arun. That's the same note as I'll be playing on this, so it'll be quite an easy one to find. Hopefully they're in tune with each other. Here, Arun, the ingle blazing, was so happy and so free. Though the northern winds blow freezy, friendship warms both you and me. Happy we've been all together. Canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all mehr bleiben, ere we rise again go well. And it's the miser. See the miser all his treasure, greeting where greedy, work and fill his oars with pleasure, as a ruinous here we see. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all mehr bleiben, ere we rise again no more. Can the pier in silk and ermine call his conscience half his end? His robes are edged and spun with vermin, though he sits upon a throne. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all mehr bleiben, ere we rise again go on. Thus then let us all be tacit, though all the stoops a generous fern, and while around the body's passing, raise a sang in friendship's name. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all mehr bleiben, ere we rise again no more. Friendship makes us all mehr happy, friendship gives us all delight, friendship consecrates the drappy, and friendship brings us here the night. Happy we've been all together, canty we've been yin and all. Time shall see us all mehr bleiben, ere we rise again go on. As the bellows let themselves let all the air out. Lovely. And then I've got one more Scottish song for you today, which we're just going to begin learning. So we're not going to do a lot on this. It's a song from Shetland, a very beautiful lullaby. So I'm just going to start with the first verse. It's Minnie O'Sheaver's Cradle Song. And I'm going to put the words for the first verse up here. There we go. Da boaty sails and da boaty rows, rocks I think. They set de sails and they hail de tows. The tows are the ropes, the fishing lines. Hush a bar ma peary, peary is tiny in the Shetland dialect. Peary lamb, da feda, the father, is coming a war fifram from far away. So Da booty cells and da booty rows. Let's go. And da booty cells and da booty rows. They set the cells. They set the cells and they held the toes. And they held the toes. I'll do that whole line. The booty cells and the booty rows. They set the cells and they held the toes. They set the cells and they held the toes. Hush-a-ba-ba, hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri lam, ma piri lam. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri lam. Let's go. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri lam. The fiddler is coming. The fiddler is coming. You go way down there. I'll do that again. The fiddler is coming. The fiddler is coming. A waffe fram. A waffe fram. The fiddler is coming. A waffe fram. The fiddler is coming. A waffe fram. I'll do it line by line again. The booty cells and the booty rows, and the booty cells and the booty rows. They set the cells and they held the toes. They set the cells and they held the toes. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri la. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri la. The fiddler is coming, a waffe fram. The fiddler is coming, a waffe fram. I'll do it once more. The booty cells and the booty rows. Your turn. The booty cells and the booty rows. Let's do that once more together. 1, 2. The booty cells and the booty rows. So it's got a lovely lilt to it, this tune. So if you feel yourself rocking backwards and forwards, a bit like the sea. They set the cells and they held the toes. They set the cells and they held the toes. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri lam. Hush-a-ba-ba, ma piri lam. The fiddler is coming, a waffe fram. The fiddler is coming, a waffe fram. Let's see if we've got the whole thing. So super gentle. You imagine you're rocking a baby to sleep. Da, 1, 2. Da booty cells and da booty rose. Release. They set the cells and they held the toes. Release. Asha Baba my Pirilam. Release. The feather is coming away from. Lovely. Let's do that round a few times and see if we've got it. Da, 1, 2. Da booty cells and da booty rose. They set the sails and they held the tows. Asha Baba ma Pirilam. The feather is coming away from. Release. The booty cells and the booty rose. Release. They set the sails and they held the tows. Asha Baba ma Pirilam. The feather is coming away from. And let's do one more super quiet. Let's do 2 super quiet to finish. 1, 2. Da booty cells and da booty rose. They set the sails and they held the tows. Asha Baba ma Pirilam. The feather is coming away from. The booty cells and the booty rose. They set the sails and they held the tows. Asha Baba ma Pirilam. The feather is coming away from. Lovely. Such a beautiful song. And really nice to come back and do a few more Scottish songs. So that's it for today. Have a really good day. I hope to see you next week. Maybe I have to record a session in advance again. Who knows what's going to happen with this jury service, but I will let you know.